are going to start our topic about poverty. So poverty means what? This is basically arises due to more and more unequal distribution of income. We have gaps between the rich and poor. Mostly they are present in the developing countries. Alright. So how can we define poverty or a poor person of the society? So this means that how many number of people of a country are unable to fulfill the basic necessities of life by themselves. So how many number of people around the globe, now this is going to be international problem, you can say, international phenomena it is present, that how many people on this globe are unable to cover their basic necessities of life by themselves. So in a country you can say how much part of the population, how much the percentage of population is unable to fulfill their basic necessities of life. So there are different measures how to measure this poverty. According to World Bank, they say if a person is unable to earn $2 per day, $2 means or $1.9 or round off karke we can say the $2 per day a person is unable to earn, that is called a poor person. So how many people of our country or around the globe, they are unable to earn $2 per day? You can say in our country a daily wage rate is about more than 1,000 rupees, which is more than $3 per day a worker is earning, $3 to $4. So can we say that person is poor according to this definition? You can say he is not poor because he is earning $4 per day. Okay? But when he goes to home, he is having 5 to 6 dependents. So how much is earning per person out of that 1,000 rupees or $3 per day? So you can say this family, there is a single breadwinner who is earning $3 a day. When he comes to his house, so he finds 3 or 4 kids, they are not school going, although they are in the age of education, but because of less income they are able to earn, they cannot fulfill the basic necessities of the family members by themselves. So that family will be considered as a poor family because their per head income is less than $2 per day. This is how when we say the number of people who are able to earn $2 per day, they are not in the category of poor, but once they go to home, so they have dependents, so their per head income will be less than $2 per day. So there are two types of poverty in your book, that is called absolute poverty. Absolute poverty means how many number of people are unable to earn the basic necessities of life by themselves. This is called absolute poverty. I was talking about the $2 per day income of a person. So how many people are living under, this is called poverty line. Poverty line means those who are unable to earn $2 per day. So they are living under the poverty line. So this is going to be the definition of absolute poverty, that in one country how many people are unable to fulfill the basic necessities of life, food, shelter and clothing by their own income. So they are, that population size in percentage we can say that is the absolute poverty. What is the other type of poverty? That is relative poverty. Although some of the people they are able to fulfill their basic necessities of life, but they are relatively poor in the society in which they are living. Like we see around, some of the people, they are not said to be poor, but relatively they are poorer than the other people living in the same areas, in the same society. So those people who are relatively poor, they cannot participate in the social activities on their own income, on the basis of their poverty. So they will consider themselves as inferiority complex people, that they cannot participate actively in the social gatherings, especially in the marriage ceremonies, or in other social activities. These people, those who are relatively poor, they cannot participate in the social activities very actively. So they have the inferiority complex, that they don't have enough income to equate themselves to the people to whom they are living around. So absolute poverty is a phenomena in absolute terms, and relative poverty, that is considered in this area of relativity, that how people are relatively considered to be poor, although they are fulfilling the basic necessities of life, and they are also sending their children to the school education, but still their income is lower than the other people living in the same society. Alright? So in 1990, what was the level of poverty? About 1 billion, 1.9 billion population of the whole world. 1.9, round about 2 billion people of the total population of the world, they were living under the poverty. Now, by the year 2030, the World Bank has planned that this number must be reduced to 500 million only. Okay, so gradually this number is going to decrease. Mostly we have poverty in the sub-Saharan African countries, the developing countries of Asia, in some of the South American countries. We find this thing present in majority of those countries. So they are trying to achieve this goal of 500 million people should only be living under poverty by the year 2030. This is Millennium Development Goal of the World Bank or United Nations, you can say. They have the Millennium Development Goals by 2030, where our world population will be standing and how many number of people will be living under poverty. So this is the responsibility of every government to uplift the living standard of the people, that they should be having less and less number of people or no number of people living under the poverty line. Only in China, after they started more and more economic growth after 1990, they have uplifted more than 700 million people out of poverty. Because once economic activities they are activating, so many of the people will get employment. So once they get employed, they will be able to increase their earnings day by day, and once their earnings are increased, they can fulfill their basic necessities of life. So how can we say people can be uplifted from poverty? By having more economic activities. And one thing, some people remain poor generation after generation because they took birth in a poor family, who are not giving any importance to the education system of the country, that they should send their children to the schools and colleges and universities. Because we see poverty can be eliminated by one way, that if people are educated, their productivity level will increase, national income will increase, and as a result their income level will also increase. I want to say what is meant by the vicious cycle of poverty. Low productivity, low income, low saving, and low investment, vicious cycle of poverty. Once a country has low productivity of their workforce, their national income level will also be lower, and their income level it is lower, they will have less saving, and due to less saving their investment will also be lower, and again we will have in the next year low productivity, and this is called the vicious cycle of poverty. A country will have the poverty trap if this is happening. So how to break this vicious cycle of poverty? Can you give me the way how to break this vicious cycle of poverty? There is one way, that if we increase the productivity of labor, how can we increase their productivity? Workers are not getting job because they are unskilled, they are uneducated. So if government provides them necessary skills, necessary education, to get employed in the industry of the country, so their productivity level will increase. Please be attentive. By education and training, by skill level, their productivity of workers will increase, and now the national income level will also be increasing, and when national income increases, the saving level increases, and in the next year, we will have more investment. So what is the key to success to reduce the poverty in a country? That happens when we increase the productivity of labor, because they remain poor because of no education, no skill level, and no necessary things to participate in the economic activities. So once productivity of labor is increased, this vicious cycle of poverty will be broken, and then we will have a virtuous cycle. Virtuous means now we will have more income for the people, they will become happier, and their living standard will also be improving. Okay. So what government can take the tools in order to reduce poverty? What policies are there? There are two policies. Please listen. One is called government is providing benefits. Providing benefits. What are these benefits? Government can provide benefits to the poor people in the form of cash money. What are those benefits? One we call means tested. Means tested benefits. What do we mean? Now the deserving people will be provided the benefits in the form of cash money, like unemployment benefit to those who are unemployed, or government will provide the other benefits, like you can say the family supports. Like in our country we have a SAS program, so that is also means tested, where the deserving people will be given financial support. Okay, so in that way government can reduce poverty, that these people who are facing this curse, they should be uplifted. So means tested means these are the benefits which are provided to those who are actually deserving. They are not universal in nature. Some of the benefits government will provide to each and everyone, like free education, free health facilities. Like if we provide education to the children of poor people, so that means their income level will increase by the amount of benefit they are going to enjoy without any payment. For example, you are getting education in a private school, so you are paying a very high fee to the school authorities. So once the children of poor people, they are getting free education, so it means their parents or the breadwinners, they are given such amount of money in the form of free education or free health facilities. So these benefits will actually increase the welfare of the people, and they will be out of the poverty trap, or their prosperity level will increase. So other benefits are the universal benefits. What are the universal benefits? Do you know? These These are provided to each and everyone regardless of their income levels. Alright? Like child care benefit in the welfare states. Either a person is a richer or poor, he or she is provided the child care benefit. It is not the case that government will only provide a child care benefit to the deserving people. So that's provided to everyone. Or pension benefit. Anyone who is in the old age and he is above the age of, or she is above the age of 60, he or she will be provided a state benefit of pension regardless how much income he or she is earning at home during his or her lifetime. So these universal benefits, although they are benefits and they are going to increase the welfare of the people, but they have some precautions. Instead of reducing poverty, it is benefiting more to the rich people. Those who are not deserving, universally they are provided to each and everyone. But who is deserving more, there is no distinction. They are given to everyone. So they are less reducing the poverty, as rich are also getting the same types of universal benefits. There is no distinction that only poor will be provided, only rich will be provided. The universal benefits are also one of the tools along with the means tested in which government is able to eradicate poverty. Another way of reducing poverty is the taxation system. In our last class I said to you, and there is a possibility that government is having negative income taxation, like people are paying less taxes than the benefits they are receiving from the government. So it is also called negative income tax. So they are also the rich people, they are taxed more progressively, they have to pay more taxes, and out of those taxes government is financing these benefits. Either they are means tested or they are going to be the universal benefits. Okay? Although progressive taxation is having disincentive to hard work, disincentive to investment, but they are still used to have more circulation of income from rich to poor. So that's about our poverty. How can we define poverty? What is meant by absolute poverty, relative poverty? And that was the number of people in 1990. Now they have a target of 500 million people living. And further, that number should be further decreased. And there are two types of benefits. I gave you the explanation about vicious cycle of poverty and how to break this vicious cycle of poverty. So this is all about our topic in which we studied the extent of poverty and how it can be eradicated. So in our upcoming lesson we will be starting the labor market.